USA. This afternoon's matchup is the first in a series of 3 exhibition matches between these two nations throughout the month of August. Now, let's meet the players first for visiting Team Australia. Number 1, Lillian Hedges. Number 2, Keisha Gophers. Number 3, Hannah Buckley. Number 4, Bronte Halligan. Number 5, Morgan Baxter. Number 6, Bronwyn Knox. Number 7, Rowie Webster. Number 8, Amy Ridge. Number 9, Zoe Arancini. Number 10, Elle Arbit. Number 11, Alice Williams. Number 12, Maddie Steer. Number 13, Gabby Paul. Number 14, Pascal Casey. And number 15, Genevieve Ogman. Team Australia is coached by Sakis Kajakis and assisted by Taryn Woods. Now let's meet the host nation, Team USA. Number 1, Ashley Johnson. Number 2, Brigitta Gaines. Number 3, Stephania Harrelamides. Number 4, Rachel Fatal. Number 5, Paige Hochschild. Number 6, Maggie Steffens. Number 7, Jamie Nuschel. Number 8, Kylie Nuschel. Number 12, Elise Williams. Number 13, Amanda Logan. And number 14, Jordan Rainey. Team USA is coached by Adam Krikorian, assisted by Dan Clapp and Courtney Simmons. Team manager is Liz Lyons. At this time, we ask that you please rise and remove your caps as we honor our two nations, first with the playing of the Australian National Anthem. Please remain standing for the playing of the American National Anthem. Please shake hands. Good luck to both teams.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the University of California in Berkeley for the first of a 3-game series between the USA Women's National Team and the Australian Women's National Team. Greg Meskel, Cammie Craig here with you on a beautiful Sunday afternoon at Cal as these two rivals get set to get together. Cammie, you talk about USA Australia, no shortage of history. You were part of a lot of it. What comes to mind when you see these two teams meet up?
When I see these two teams in the water together, I just think of a strong, physical, fast-paced game. I think these are the two strongest teams you'll see in the water. Very dominant and always a good match, always a good match.
And we'll talk about this later, but this is the first of a 3-game series, the finale, where Cammie will be honored in Santa Barbara. I know you're excited about that.
Yeah.
It's going to be a great day back in your old home pool at Santa Barbara High School. Here's a look at some of the athletes competing today. The Team USA roster, a lot of names you know. Two notables missing. Maddie Musselman out coming off of a surgery. Melissa Seidemann with some academic requirements. She is out of this series as well. And in addition to the upcoming World Cup, so this is the group that Team USA will carry through the next 3 games. Australia bringing a veteran squad as well. Many names here that have competed at the highest level. Bronwyn Knox, a veteran of this Australia program. For a relatively new coach, Sakis Kajakis going up against Team USA's established head coach in Adam Krikorian. And worth noting, rules being tested. FINA, of course, having that conference a few months ago to tweak the game of water polo, identify ways to perhaps improve it. They're interested in testing new rules. Here's a look at some of the rules that will be tested during this 3-game series. Some more notable than others, but for starters, the shot clock will reset to 20 seconds after corner throws and in other positions. Free throws can be taken from the location of the ball, so that ordinary foul, pick it up, go with it right there. On corner throws and free throws, this is a big one. You can just start at the 2-meter line, take a shot right from there. It might be a difficult angle. You could do it. Other rules that we're looking at here. Substitutions. This is perhaps the most exciting one. Hockey subs. Anywhere from the goal line to mid-tank, subs can happen as long as it is not an exclusion. That is a change.
Definitely. It'll be interesting to see how these athletes take on these rule changes. I think old habits die hard,
sure.
Right? We get into the flow of things, and we're used to things being a certain way. So it'll be interesting to see how they are adopted over these 3 games.
More stuff that is being tested, moving the pace of the game along. Only a 3-minute halftime break. It's typically 5. There'll be the introduction of a 6-meter line, shooting and scoring after fouls outside 6, typically 5. Goalies, watch out for Ashley Johnson, can move beyond half distance with the ball, try and become part of the offense. 2 timeouts. And then this is, again, awarding opportunities to the offensive player. If they're impeded from behind inside 6 meters on an attempt, that is going to be a penalty. We'll talk about more of these later on. Let's get to the game here. Team USA and Australia. It's Team USA in the white, Australia in the dark. Ms. McCall, Mr. Espirito Santo in the whites for this one, and we are underway, the first of a 3-game series, as Team USA will control. Recently celebrating her birthday, Paige Hochschild controls that sprint. And so early on, Cammie, where will USA look to establish things?
Just trying to get deep. I mean, Australia's defenders are incredibly strong and will work hard to front or even push out the center. So making sure they get down to 2 meters and set up a nice deep offense so that they can attack.
Here's Fatal from the outside. That's off the bar and away. And the first look on offense for Team USA, nothing doing. Here's a look at Australia on offense. Keisha Gophers advancing into the attacking end. A little too much on that one. A near throwaway. As Bronte Halligan, the UCLA Bruin, going up against also number 4, Rachel Fatal, also UCLA Bruin. Shot clock to 8. Here's Webster from the outside. And that one was deflected. Johnson controls.
You can already see the physicality happening. We're only possession 2, but just a heavy, really strong. Both teams play really heavy and really strong game.
This is all part of preparation for the FINA World Cup. Both of these teams headed to Russia in September. A final tune-up here. Hochschild, timer to 6. Steffens with 2. The low skip, and Able to get a hold of that one was Gabby Palm, but she couldn't hang on to it. Seemed to catch her by surprise there.
These girls are training hard throughout this series. There's no time off for them or any lightness in their training, and they're still going for it 110%. And both teams will be training hard leading up to World Cup. Big
battle there. Aria Fisher in a tangle at 2 meters. Here's Mackenzie Fisher. Hochschild now takes a look back into Aria, and she'll draw the penalty. So Aria Fisher battling in close. You touched on the physicality, seeing it here early.
Aria's position there sets everything up for that offense to attack and really attack in there, get close to the cage and find that opportunity.
And Kylie Nuschel will try and cash in here for the first goal in this one as she comes on for the attempt. And hits, and a 1-0 lead for Team USA on the Kylie Nuschel connection.
Team USA has so many great outside shooters, but Kylie has a special shot. I mean, her ability to get up on her legs and hold her height in the water is pretty one of a kind.
And we talked about the 6-meter line you saw there. Penalties still from the 5-meter line. You touched on preparation. No breaks being taken, no time off. With a big tournament coming up, what are they really hoping to get out of these games?
Repetition and opportunity. And every summer these teams come together and they prepare for whatever major tournament is happening in the summer. And for this summer it's World Cup. But
trouble here.
Yes.
Inside double team and good help defense from Hochschild.
Team USA lucked out there. Lucky that Knox didn't just rip it while she had the opportunity. Great movement and set for her.
The center and you paused right there waiting for the goal.
Exactly.
You saw the inside water. A turnover here. Palm will have it back for the Australians. Gophers gives a look. And exclusion. That'll go against Elise Williams. Actually, confusion there. That was on Mackenzie Fisher. She goes off. It's Elise Williams ready to come in. Webster gives a look on the power play.
Oh, those overpasses are the last thing you want to see on 6-on-5.
Ashley Johnson up high to snag it. The passing, such a key part of the 6-on-5.
You have one opportunity to score man up, and if there's any overpasses or the ball's on the water at any time, and you're losing opportunity there to really attack and get that opportunity that you're looking for.
Opening moments, first quarter. Team USA ahead 1-0. Entry inside. That one kind of died on the water. Great gather, but how about Palm turning it away?
Nice quick movement to that ball and getting a shot off. Called on the physicality. And here's the thing, when you're playing a 3-game series, it kind of just builds over time.
Yes.
And here we are, only in the first quarter seeing it.
You're exactly right. Williams, here's Nuschel now. Kylie gives a look. Nuschel catch and release, got it. 2-0 Team USA.
You'll see there on the left side of the pool how much movement's going on, drive after drive after drive, which gives Kylie the opportunity to slide a little to her left and find that near side shot.
And wasting little time, the catch and release. You made a funny point, and it comes from experience being in these series. And after a week plus of, because it's not just 3 games, it is common practices, training.
Right.
You see it every time. By that last game, everyone's tired of each other.
Exactly. Like, get off me, don't touch me.
Kaylee Gilchrist has come on for Team USA wearing the 10 cap. Australia on the attack. Inside again. Webster the backhand. Had her defender beat, but it was off the mark. Posting up on Stefania Haralabitis, who just checked in. Johnson now will push ahead. Here's Jamie Nuschel, who's come on. Younger sister to Kylie. Jordan Rainey, she's worked her way back from injury in the pool here, wearing the 14 cap, and here's Williams now.
Brigitta's establishing great position and set, allowing those girls to work and attack it on the inside. Oh, finding the post up.
Nice little misdirection there. Games creates space. They instead go to Jamie Nuschel off the ball.
And Jamie is not scared at all to post up, and you'll find her doing it time after time. Not the biggest or strongest player, but crafty and aggressive, which allows her to find those opportunities, and the girls work for her, so it's great to see what she's able to establish on those movements.
You bring up a great point. Visiting Team USA practice earlier this month, Coach Krikorian talking about we have a lot of people that can post up as Johnson makes the save to her near side. Don't be surprised if you see some non-center types go down a post.
And even with the roster changing from 13 now to 11, you're going to be finding that it's more important to have all-around players that can be more dynamic and kind of keep the opponent on their toes constantly.
Yeah, the plan for the World Cup, rosters of 11, but you'll have 2 additional players that can act as pregame substitutes. Good defense there. Webster, the savvy veteran, seems like she's been on this team forever.
Yes, she's been playing for a long time, and you can see it in the way that she plays. Just within her experience, she plays smart, not too hard, right? You know, obviously she plays hard. I don't want to take that away from her, but you can see where her experience comes into play and saves her in certain situations, and you can see the thought process going on in her mind.
And as someone who played 3 Olympics, we say she's been here forever with admiration. She's been on the team a while.
Yes. Definitely a respected player.
Exactly. Exclusion here. Good battle inside from Bronwyn Knox. Another veteran. In close, the lob. Johnson got enough of it, tips it off the bar, and Team USA staves off the score.
Good on Ashley to be ready to find that look. It's not often you see a lob shot on a 6-on-5. That was a pretty unique shot.
Knox, another veteran of this program. She took some time away from the team, has now worked her way back onto the squad. Approaching 90 seconds left first quarter. Good start for Team USA, up 2-0. 2 goals from Kylie Nuschel. A little backdoor on the move. The lob on point. It's all Nuschel here in the first quarter. 2 for Kylie, 1 for Jamie. You have seen these Nuschels since they were very young.
Yes.
And as they've come through, lived up to a lot of the expectation, a lot of the hype. What's made them such an important piece of Team USA?
I mean, and just thinking about where they came from, you know, we all grew up in Santa Barbara, but both their parents played and coached the game of water polo, and their lives were around water polo. They've been students of the game since they could be, and it's been great to watch them display kind of that excellence and that lifestyle that they've lived for so long in the pool with the national team.
It is an aquatic family for sure. Parents involved in the sport. Younger sister Ryan, excellent player as well. Exclusion on games. Australia looking for that first goal here. To Webster, again off the bar, rebound, Johnson controls. And we'll go the other direction here, under a minute to play in the first quarter.
Australia is a team you can never fall asleep on. They're constantly moving, creating movement to look for those ejections, draw the ejections.
Movement has been a key here in the first. That's how Team USA has earned their goals. Jamie Nuschel now gives a look. Lets it fly, that's off the post and away, and Australia will have it back. Just a 2-second differential between the shot and the game clock as we work towards the end of the first. Halligan. She's knocked down there by Hara Labidas. They go back inside. Johnson out. It's a triple team, and Team USA is there to force the steal. Bronwyn Knox was surrounded.
That's a tough one to try to thread the needle. There was 2 defensive players from Team USA already back, sitting in front of the set, trying to thread the needle, and you could see Ashley have an eye on it and start cheating out as that pass is going in.
Johnson making big stops. Gabby Palm a save there at the other end. We've come through one quarter here at a jam-packed Speaker Aquatics Complex here in Berkeley. Team USA ahead of Australia at 3-0. We are back with more. You're watching live on USA Water Polo TV.
You never know where the next Olympian might be coming from,
but it could be water polo. And that starts with Splash Ball. Splash Ball is a program for children ages 5 through 9 designed to introduce them to the sport of water polo while promoting water safety. Improve swimming skills and learn a sport you'll love for a lifetime. For more information, visit splashballusa.org.
So, you've got your hard-earned money, but you're not sure where to put it. Well, one of the best things that you can do is put it into a credit union. Credit unions are like banks, only better. They offer higher rates of return, lower fees, and are safe and secure. And because they're not for profit, they're all about putting the people first. With credit unions, you're not just another face in the crowd, you're a member. And credit unions are member-owned and member-operated. Take control of your finances. Visit or contact Sea Air Federal Credit Union to find out all of the great reasons why you should join.
And we welcome you back to Berkeley here, University of California, Speaker Aquatics Complex. Cammie Craig, Greg Meskel here with you for the first of a 3-game series between Team USA and Team Australia. Excellent crowd on hand here on a Sunday afternoon in Berkeley. About at capacity. This is what it looks like here when they have the NCAA Championship final here. A great turnout for Team USA.
And
hard to find a spot.
Faces in the crowd. We have Brenda Villa, Jessica Steffens, some old national team players here to come and support the current players.
At every quarter break, Cammie has to step away to shake hands, take photos. There's a lot of people coming back to visit. In the meantime, Team USA off to a good start here. You've liked their movement here early on.
Yeah, and right now you can tell they're coming out and it looks like they're running, their more mobile offense, which they call Havoc. So.
And if you could guess inside that Australia huddle after one quarter, what are they pinpointing to make adjustment-wise?
And just getting deep and established. I mean, they're finding success when they're finding their center quickly and early right here, getting an early entry pass, which leads to either an exclusion or a nice strong move towards the cage.
Went into Halligan. They come back out. Shot clock to 6. Opening moment, second quarter.
Again,
back inside.
Center.
Oh, Fatal with great defense comes from behind, working on Halligan. Those two know each other well.
Those are great live center entry passes, but if the offense, the perimeter can get in a little bit closer to that center, it's giving less time for the defender to react on those passes and look for those steals.
Here's Hochschild working far side. She'll take a look. Neuschel walks it in. Fatal peels off the other way. So does Steffens. They go inside instead. A drag down from behind. Easy exclusion call as Fisher was horse-collared. Here's a 6-on-5 now. And then a bad pass. Gophers steps right in front.
Nice long arm right in the way of that pass.
And that comes back to the importance of passing on 6-on-5. Everything else going in their favor. One bad pass, it's done.
Yes.
Webster. Johnson reads it the whole way and pulls it down. Ashley Johnson from Miami, Florida, part of that Olympic gold medal winning squad in Rio. Here's Mackenzie Fisher.
Immediately moving right into that movement. You can see we're expecting it. The USA is expecting putting that ball in and looking for that.
And credit Australia, they read that well. Palm came out, Fatal was surrounded.
Yes.
Exclusion on Kylie Nuschel. 6-on-5 here for Australia. Don't forget, live stats available at thefosh.net, THEFOSH.net. Follow along with live stats from this match and every game in this series. And Johnson there again, add a save to her stat total as she knocks down another 6-on-5.
Australia needing to be careful with their quick shots as it's leading and feeding the USA's counterattack.
I like the rhyming there, a little leading and feeding. Here
leading
we go.
And feeding.
You're the Walt Clyde Frazier of water polo over here, switching and dishing. 3-0 USA in front. Exclusion on Australia. Amy Ridge, former Michigan Wolverine, goes off. Fisher.
Oh.
A bobble. Haralabitis controls around the way. Mackenzie Fisher, quick deal. The low skip and the score. Maggie Steffens is on the board.
Nice finish there for Maggie. That skip low near side, but from the angle that I'm standing at, I could see Paige open and bobbing up a bit on that post there. Lots of good options.
Yeah, nice problem to have,
Pick your poison,
right? Yeah.
USA.
Well, you mentioned the passing earlier, too, and you were someone in your playing days often on the receiving end. How much is the onus on the passer to make sure that they put that ball in a good spot? Because I imagine the center, right, you're calling for it, hey, I'm open, give me the ball, give me the ball.
Not only putting the ball in the perfect spot, but really setting up for the pass, always looking dangerous.
Johnson controls again.
Always looking like a shooter and setting the defense, being a threat, looking dangerous at all times so that they're creating space and openness for the receiving end.
Inside now. Quick attempt, a good field block. That was controlled in close. Morgan Baxter knocks that one down.
Running an offense with a lot of movement is quite dangerous, but you do run into the problem at times of being out of balance and being really clustered or a lot of people in the same place,
sure.
You know, leading for defense to kind of gobble up those balls quite easily.
Shot clock to 2. And running out of time is Australia. They won't get a shot off as Alice Williams, not to be confused with Elise Williams on Team USA, as the shot clock expire. Hochschild, great passing inside, but Mackenzie Fisher couldn't hang on the redirect. It is tracked down here by Jamie Nuschel. And new life on offense. Bit of a broken play here as 4 athletes are on the other end, but now they'll rejoin. Good drive across Fisher. She'll draw the exclusion. Well, not to sound like a broken record here, but this has been a continued mission by Team USA to drive. They're drawing exclusions.
And you can see they don't have a true center in right now, so they're really working that movement, and that space in front of the cage is open for them to drive through and occupy that space.
Off the hands of Williams. Shot clock till 1. Big field block. Halligan turns that one away on the Steffens try.
And Australia, not an easy team to move on. They're big, strong girls, you know, and so you're really having to put effort in the 3rd, the 4th, the 5th stroke to kind of break through that strength and get some movement going.
And that's why these have always been such exciting matchups, because there's those similarities. I think people would say the same thing about going up against the U.S.
Absolutely. As I often said, Australia was no easy day in the office.
Fisher going to work.
Oh, great move there.
As that one tipped away. Had to turn, but defense came over to help. 4-0, Team USA in front. 2 minutes to go, first half. Dangerous pass there, and the steal. Steffens there.
Australia was sitting there with a player unguarded right in front of the cage.
USA on the attack, shooting and scoring. Paige Hochschild missing her cap, but finding the mark, and a 5-0 lead for Team USA.
Team USA goal scored by number 5, Paige Hochschild.
Another one of these Santa Barbara kids, Cammie. Paige Hochschild coming off that amazing year with USC, keeps it rolling.
Representing Santa Barbara.
It's funny how that happens. It kind of goes in cycles. I feel like some quads or a couple of Olympics in a row, you'll see heavy Orange County.
Yes.
Sometimes heavy Santa Barbara, a little bit of NorCal. But Santa Barbara, as of late, look at all the athletes involved here and just continuing to produce high-quality athletes. Approaching a minute 30 left in the first half. Inside, double team again. Ordinary called. That was Halligan working for the ball.
You spoke to Australia having a new coach, and it's interesting to see how maybe style of play changes or adjusts a bit when there's a new coach coaching a team, right? You know, maybe this isn't the same Australia team that I've seen in the past with a different coach, and slowing it down and setting up their offense and really working for the center. You can see Australia being very in tune to do that.
International water polo fans will remember Greg McFadden coached this Australia team for a very long time. A lot of success internationally. But certainly as they approach another Olympic Games with a new coach, some tweaks likely. Shot clock to 4. Nuschel. Tipped out by Palm. And the ball will come back in. 46 seconds left here in the first half. And this is part of that rule tweak, so shot clock goes to 20 now instead of a full reset.
And I wonder how many, with these athletes, how many of them will be tricked by their internal clock that they've been playing off of for all these years, right?
Yeah, where they're used to having more time. Now they have to go a little quicker. Quick redirect. Nicely thought, but unable to execute. Mackenzie Fisher trying for the quick catch and release. About 2 seconds separate the game and the shot clock. Final moments here of the first half. Still waiting for our first hockey sub here. We haven't seen anyone swim in up to the mid-pool line. Johnson way out, read that the whole way. Shot clock off, just 10 seconds left.
That is so defeating as a center to work to gain that position, see that pass coming in, and have a goalie come from behind. I have been there. It's no fun.
Definitely memories evoked after that turnover, but a good start for Team USA here, ahead 5-0. Thanks to 2 goals from Kylie Nuschel and then another each from Paige Hochschild, Maggie Steffens, and Jamie Nuschel. Strong start to this 3-game series that heads to Pebble Beach on Wednesday and then Santa Barbara on Sunday. More to come here from Berkeley. You're watching Team USA and Australia live on USA Water Polo TV. We're back after this. You never know where the next Olympian might be coming from, but it could be water polo, and that starts with Splash Ball. Splash Ball is a program for children ages 5 through 9 designed to introduce them to the sport of water polo while promoting water safety. Improve swimming skills and learn a sport you'll love for a lifetime. For more information, visit splashballusa.org.
So, you've got your hard-earned money, but you're not sure where to put it. Well, one of the best things that you can do is put it into a credit union. Credit unions are like banks, only better. They offer higher rates of return, lower fees, and are safe and secure. And because they're not for profit, they're all about putting the people first. With credit unions, you're not just another face in the crowd, you're a member. And credit unions are member-owned and member-operated. Take control of your finances. Visit or contact Sea Air Federal Credit Union to find out all of the great reasons why you should join.
And welcome back to Berkeley as we are set for the third quarter brisk because there was only a 3-minute break here at halftime. That's part of that rule change or rule test here. Cammie Craig, the 3-time Olympic medalist. Greg Meskel here with you. And Cammie, we have to touch on it this Sunday. A week from today, you'll be honored in Santa Barbara. How excited are you for this moment?
I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. It's kind of like two worlds combined, where it all started in Santa Barbara, and after a 13-year career with the national team, bringing them back to my hometown and my high school pool, I couldn't be more excited about it.
We'll have that one for you live next Sunday, 2 p.m. Pacific time at Santa Barbara, the finale of USA and Australia, so make sure you join us. And also, we'll be live again this Wednesday. Cammie and I will join you from the Stevenson School in Pebble Beach, a 5:30 p.m. Pacific start. So big action coming up this week, international water polo throughout California.
Australia has a little bit of advantage here. Let's see if they can overpass.
As you say it,
Yes.
a little too much on that. And a goalie change here for Team USA. Amanda Longan has come on, so Ashley Johnson does the first half. Longan is in for the second. Inside, and an exclusion. That will go against Halligan. Aria Fisher working in close. Here's Kylie Nuschel, 2 goals already. Fatal gives a look. She played professionally in Australia. Goes to Maggie Steffens, who's knocked down. Fatal playing for the Hunter Hurricanes, one of many USA athletes to go play in Australia.
Such a good experience to go abroad, no matter if you're in Australia or somewhere in Europe. Just the repetition and the amount of time that you can be in the pool and play games against athletes that you see over the summer internationally, it's a great opportunity.
You were down there for a year, right? Were you,
yes.
Were you a Perth Torpedo? Where'd you play?
I sure was.
Yes.
I was a Perth
Got
Torpedo.
it. Coming up on 2 minutes gone by here in the third quarter.
Nice.
Fisher wheels inside.
Nice quick entry pass. I mean, that's to get those early entries really puts the defense back on their heels and kind of surprises them a bit. And that's where you can look to draw those ejections or get a quick goal in.
You talked earlier about the internal clock that a lot of these players have, and I know we have some younger players watching this or they'll watch again. What does that look like from the center position? Do you have a sense of, here comes the ball, I have 1 apple, 2 apple, I have to go?
Right, yeah, and I think there's an internal clock and even understanding your geography without even having to look back and look at that cage. Just knowing where you are in the face of the cage, knowing the sense, this feel, and that just comes with experience, right? And having the opportunity to play game after game after game and practice after practice, you know. A lot of young athletes ask, what can I do to get better? Play as much as you can.
Yeah.
So you can start to build these senses within.
Kylie Nuschel turns inside. She'll draw the exclusion. That will go against Ellie Armit. Rainey, here's Hochschild. Fisher around the way. Steffens, great redirect. Fatal, beautiful passing. Steffens to Fatal.
Those connections always feel so good in there. And again, that's going to contribute of the passing around the perimeter and setting up the defense and pulling them out and giving that space for that post player to pop, find that open water, and finish.
And that's also the product of playing together.
Yes.
Those two ran that play as if they've played together for, say, 5 years or so, which they have.
We're talking about sensing things and knowing things and feeling things. That really comes when you train for years together. Even on Australia, you have Bronwyn and Rowie, who have been playing for, 12 years together.
Dangerous pass there. And a turnover. They were trying to find Webster. Taken away. Here's Longan. Longan out of USC. Part of their NCAA championship team this past spring. Here's Rainey. She's stopped in close by Palm, center cage.
Australia again slowing down their offense and really setting up their half court. This is something that's been working for them to get center entry passes, but their offense is quite spread out, so there's a lot of time with the ball in the air going into set, which, you know, gives the defender time to react, or even our goalies to come out, as we've seen in the past. Australia needs to kind of attack in more and become a little bit more dangerous and a threat and keep that goalie back where they belong.
Well, you bring up a great point. We touched on it at halftime. It seems like every pass takes an eternity to get there because they're so far apart.
And that's challenging as the center on the receiving end of that. You don't want a long pass into set because you can feel the defender setting themselves up to make a reaction to it.
Nice stop there by Palm. Right in front, she turned that one away. And while Team USA is splitting goalies here, Palm so far looks to be going the whole way. Wouldn't be surprised if we saw Lillian Hedges get the nod on Wednesday night. Amy Ridge. And the shot clock expires, and that was another example, right? Ridge was looking for someone to give the ball to, but under these test rules, she could go right there after the ordinary.
Exactly. And I think that at times these girls make it look so effortless, but I know the strength and the battle that's going in there and going on in there. It's a lot of work.
It's not as simple as it might look from up here.
Exactly.
Kylie Neuschel goes to Fatal, the ordinary there. She's beyond 6 meters. She can shoot if she wants. The overpass looking for Rainey, and an easy steal here for Australia. Longin got a piece, couldn't get the whole thing. Bronwyn Knox caught her out of position and hit from long distance.
Longin aware of the center, coming out just a little bit to put the pressure on and maybe not allow that pass to come in to set, making it challenging to get back into the position she needed to be in to get a full hand on that shot.
And now that second look, you could see she had crept out to about 2 meters.
Yes.
Knox, veteran player, sees that.
Well, and now the goalie can go out to half, so.
Yeah. And Australia, too good of a team to be shut out here. They get on the board with their first. And something always worth mentioning in these series, this is, especially in the first game, it is often not too far removed from some epic travel.
Yes.
They get into Northern California. Today is Sunday. I want to say they arrived Friday. So you're still shaking off some of the cobwebs there from a 15-hour journey.
Being an athlete and traveling, it's a thankless thing. But I always felt bad for the coaches that had to stand on deck in an indoor pool and it's warm, the water's going. I'm like, how are you staying awake right now?
Yeah.
I would be asleep.
And you so often see it, and I know you've seen it as a player, that second game, once you've had a few more nights to acclimate, you're a much better team than the first one.
Yes. Team USA playing great defense.
Shot clock expires there, 1:05 to play in the third, a 6-1 lead for Team USA. Cammie Craig, Greg Meskel here with you from Berkeley, California. Beautiful Sunday afternoon. And that's a penalty.
Mackenzie Fisher proving to be so dangerous on that movement and so comfortable driving in there and receiving the ball there. 2 ejections and a 5-meter. Could be missing some as well, but definitely want to be having good defensive position on that movement.
Hochschild bars out on the penalty try after Fisher drew the penalty on Alice Williams of Australia. And a timeout will be called here by Australia with 38 seconds left in the third. You touched on Mackenzie Fisher and what she brings, and she's had different kind of iterations in her very still young career, but coming out of high school Laguna Beach, piles up the goals.
Yeah.
Scores and scores and scores. Similarly at Stanford, on this team has been asked to take on more of a defensive role, but still very adept at posting, scoring, just really multi-talented.
And that says a lot about her fitness level and her capability as an athlete to be able to defend and then provide that movement and have the energy to go ahead and drive all the way down from 2 meters to 2 meters essentially, and to be able to finish after that movement as well. That's putting the pieces together, I would say, and not easy to do. And she has the ability to do that, which makes her incredibly dangerous. And it just comes down to who's going to win that battle, that one-on-one battle, who's guarding her, who's going to have the energy to finish out all the way through. And as a center, I wouldn't want to have to chase her all the way down to 2 meters and try to shut down a goal.
And it's something I'm sure you had to do once or twice in the practices leading up to Rio.
Yes, definitely.
Final moments of this third quarter. Team USA has led throughout. Jumped out to a 6-0 lead, Australia getting on the board recently. Aussies now back on the attack. Tipped pass again, and who else? Mackenzie Fisher.
Mackenzie's length is something that makes it so challenging to have her defend you, whether you're in set or even on the perimeter.
Running out of time here. Stop and go, Elise Williams. With 4 seconds left, adds another. Elise, one of many players on Team USA playing professionally. She was in Spain this past year and so comfortable there on the quick pick up and go.
Nice early pass. Not a lot of defense down there to get in her way, giving her time to take her time on that shot and put it away.
Palm knocks it down. That's all for the third. 7-1. Team USA in command here over Australia. We return with the fourth from Berkeley. You're watching live on USA Water Polo TV. You never know where the next Olympian might be coming from, but it could be water polo, and that starts with Splash Ball. Splash Ball is a program for children ages 5 through 9 designed to introduce them to the sport of water polo while promoting water safety. Improve swimming skills and learn a sport you'll love for a lifetime. For more information, visit splashballusa.org.
So, you've got your hard-earned money, but you're not sure where to put it. Well, one of the best things that you can do is put it into a credit union. Credit unions are like banks, only better. They offer higher rates of return, lower fees, and are safe and secure. And because they're not for profit, they're all about putting the people first. With credit unions, you're not just another face in the crowd, you're a member. And credit unions are member-owned and member-operated. Take control of your finances. Visit or contact Sea Air Federal Credit Union to find out all of the great reasons why you should join.
And we're back, fourth quarter underway, 7-1, Team USA ahead of Australia. Cammie Craig and Greg Meskel joining you here in Berkeley. Cammie, we're talking at the end of the third, different styles here. If you've watched Australia for years, this is not what you typically expect out of the Aussies.
Right, I think every country has a different style of play, as USA has its own style, Spain has its own style, Italy has its own style. And here I'm watching a little bit of a different Australia. In the past, Australia has been one to really drive into their counterattack and commit almost 5 players down to the 2-meter line. Now you see Australia slowing it down and spreading out just a bit. That's quite common in the Greek style of play. And here we are, Australia with a Greek coach. No, no surprise. And
you played professionally in Greece, familiar with that style as far as it pertains to their professional league. As here's a turnover and a takeaway. Team USA off for the races. Mackenzie Fisher is in the picture, but it's Maggie Steffens going coast to coast, deals to Fish. She puts it home, and Team USA keeps it rolling 8-1.
Challenging position to be in as a goalie.
I thought for a moment that might have been a little too unselfish by Maggie. She was all the way in, but gives it off to Fisher, makes the goalie make a choice, and Fisher scores. Tipped away, and Longan controls. And our cameras, of course, focused on the action, but we have to give a shout out to the crowd that has come out here on a Sunday afternoon to Berkeley. This is a jam-packed Speaker Aquatics complex. Fisher on the skip that is tipped away by Palm. For those that have been here for maybe an NCAA final or a big splash battle, similar size crowd here where they are wedged into every available spot.
There's no greater feeling than playing in front of your home crowd. So rarely that Team USA gets to be in front of a home crowd.
Again, the passing. This time it's Fatal to Steffens. Yeah. Earlier we saw Steffens to Fatal.
Such a small movement from Maggie, but Rachel expecting it and feeding it to her just perfectly.
You're talking about, what, 2 strokes there that are the make or break between that pass, finding its mark, and a goal or a turnover.
Doesn't get any better than that. That's the fun stuff.
And that's, again, just kind of visual cues, right, among teammates. Rachel looking for that, Maggie knowing to make that move. You can't call something like that out and say, hey, I'm gonna peel back 2 strokes, pass it over top.
Sometimes it's just the look of a face, eyes, or even just the body language.
First of a 3-game series between Team USA and Australia. 2 more to come after this. Working inside, and an exclusion. That's on Kylie Nuschel as Roy Webster created space inside. Series continues Wednesday night in Pebble Beach, 5:30 p.m. Pacific start. Lob inside, and Longan there to control it right on the front doorstep.
Team USA not slowing down. Pushing the counterattack, finding Maggie there.
Oh, Palm with a nice rejection. Again, they found the good inside pass. Steffens right in front, but Gabby Palm ready for that one.
The challenge of having that good inside water and missing the shot is you got to really scoot your way back. But Team USA seems to cover quite nicely.
Here comes one of these lifetime subs now. Gilchrist inching her way up towards mid-pool. You can see towards the scorer's table there. Kaylee Gilchrist working her way up, about ready to join the counterattack. She'll just need to find her sub.
You can see the smiles on their faces at this. They're trying something new. It doesn't feel quite right. It almost feels bad, right? You can see them. Okay, well, this is interesting.
And it was an aggressive high five from Kaylee on the way out. I like it.
I like it too.
It jumps right into the offense. Hochschild from behind the defense. Hannah Buckling, the former USC Trojan, coming over.
Again, we talk about movement being such a powerful tool, but can be quite, it doesn't provide you with a lot of space. So you have to be quick because defense is right there. And Australia did a great job just getting their hands on that ball, not giving Paige much time to get a shot off. As an athlete, hockey subbing is a bit of a prideful thing. Like, you don't want to sub in the middle of a game because you want to say, I got it. I'm in shape. I can handle this. It's like a tired thing. But this is different. I think this is going to give a different look of hockey subbing to the game of water polo.
Well, it's interesting you mentioned that because you think about live time subbing typically in water polo, and it's usually a fatigue or an injury thing.
Right.
And it typically derails that possession. Someone has to go to the corner, you're a player down, nothing is happening as this one is taken away. I think hockey players would tell you that the way their subs work is that when you're out on the ice, you exert yourself till there's nothing left.
Right.
And then you come off. And maybe that could be some of the logic here to water polo, where you know you can get out of the game quickly as Australia adds their second of the day.
Hannah Buckling wanting that. You could see her holding off on Kaylee Gilchrist after Kaylee takes the center shot, giving her goalie the eyes, saying, yes, give me the ball, and going for it. She made up her mind that she wanted to take that shot before she even took her first stroke onto offense.
And when you're down 9-1, right, why not step up and let it fly?
Exactly.
Team USA well on their way to victory here in this series opener, ahead 9-2, under 3 to play in the fourth.
You'll notice again USA not having a traditional center in and playing more of that mobile offense, passing the ball around a little bit there but not quite finding it.
Fatal trying to go to Elise Williams, maybe one pass too many, as Elise ended up being covered up well by Australia. Aussies move in. Gophers takes a look. Shot clock to 3. Running out of time. The backhand and Longen there. This 9-2 lead here for Team USA, this has been typical of what has gone on. You were part of a very good team, but what this team has done the last 2 years, how do you explain, as we see another attack here from Neuschel and taken from behind, but they have hit another level here when it comes to dominance. A lot of these games against teams that are very good are not close.
You're absolutely right, Greg, and I think something that sticks out to me is, one, the speed and the athleticism of these girls and the willingness that Team USA has to put in the time to train, and the amount of time that these girls spend together to do that training is, you know, maybe not something that other teams have the luxury of having or have not quite prioritized within their systems. But I think if you had a list of the times that these girls can swim or maintain on swim sets, you'd be pretty surprised. I'm like, Olympic swim team or Olympic water polo team, right?
Fatal, palm off the post, and controlled here by Australia. And a minute to play in the fourth. And you're right, the fitness level, that's something they take very seriously, right? There are often swim sets, time swims.
I know the girls had a test set just yesterday to turn around and come play in a game.
Longen got a piece of that. Australia controls the offensive rebound with 41 seconds left here in the fourth.
When you're training at a national team level, every day you expect to be pushed to failure. You gear up every day to be put in that situation and continue to be pushed and pushed until you can't be pushed anymore.
Shot clock expires again, and you've touched on the defense quite a few times today. We've seen a number of shot clock violations where they have forced Australia into just plain turnovers.
Strong press defense shown by Team USA here today. Again, which is not easy to do on a team that is as strong as Australia.
And that'll wrap things up for this one as time expires in the fourth, and Team USA a strong start and a big ovation from the home crowd here as they defeat Australia 9-2 in this first game of a 3-game series. Kylie Nuschel and Jamie Nuschel setting the tone early, that 3-0 lead. They built that, Cami, and never had to look back.
Yes, absolutely. I'm looking forward to see what the next game has to bring. 3 games. They're going to be training against each other. They're going to be continuing to train hard, playing against each other, whether they do different 6-on-5s or different practice scrimmages. You'll see the intensity start to rise throughout these 3 games as they start chipping away at each other. But Australia's not a team that you take lightly, and you can never relax. Never relax.
So the first of 3 will be in Pebble Beach on Wednesday evening. Join Cami and I there from the Stevenson School. A heads up, if you're planning to attend that game, it is free admission, but it is limited seating. Limited seating. It'll be a first-come, first-served basis, so be prepared. Some standing room only options, very limited seating at the Stevenson School in Pebble Beach. Fantastic crowd here today. Again, a big shout out to everyone who made the trip to Berkeley to cheer on Team USA. More to come this Wednesday in Pebble Beach. We're back at it, Team USA and Australia, but that is all for this afternoon's game for our entire USA Water Polo TV crew. Partner Cami Craig, Greg Meskel saying thanks for joining us. Team USA wins it 9-2. Have a great evening, and we'll see you Wednesday night.